Welcome everybody to InfoComm Connected Day 2. This is your virtual booth tour with AV Pro Edge. So I want to thank you for joining us this morning as we come live from you on Facebook, and as we will throughout the rest of the day. If you didn't see any of our videos yesterday, don't worry. We have plenty more live content for you today, all day. You're able to find our entire schedule right at our webpage. So just go to avproedge.com. You'll see the big InfoComm Connected banner. Click there to see all the demos that we have. But today you're tuning in for our ConferX classroom and conference room solutions. And what we're going to be talking first to you about are these wall plate transmitters. So what ConferX is a distribution solution for conference rooms, classrooms, huddle spaces, and small offices to large offices. The best part about the ConferX solution is that it is expandable to work in a very small room, or can be expandable to work in a very, very large room. All of the different components for ConferX you can mix and match to make it work for your installation. And what this does is it allows you to easily share high bandwidth 4K video from modern sources like we're showing here with today's MacBook Pro, or legacy devices through VGA and other resolutions or other connection types that you'll find in classrooms, conference rooms, and offices. So what we really want to show is that what we do is make stable video distribution solutions. And one of these is this ConferX piece. So let's first take a quick look at the connection point that you would have with ConferX. When you get into a classroom or a conference room and you want to share your screen onto the projector that's overhead or the monitors that are on the wall or throughout the classroom, the first thing you're going to need is a connection point. And with that connection point, AV Pro Edge has designed this ConferX connection point that fits into a single gang mud ring standard sized wall plate. So you're able to put this anywhere that you would have a hole for a outlet or a light switch. The same standard mud ring will fit with this. And what it has here is an HDMI input, so you can connect it to any sort of video source, and this RJ45 connection in the back. This is actually an HD-based transmitter, so it will send 4K audio-video signals from this box up to 100 meters using category cable, and then you're able to take that category cable and connect it to any type of receiver. We'll talk about some of our receivers that we have over here in just a little bit when we get to that. But right now, we want to just talk about the connection point. So now we have HDMI as our connection point. Why do we have these other three wall plates here? The reason is because not everybody's going to have a HDMI input. For legacy devices, we have VGA. This is going to be for a lot of classroom computers that have been around for a really long time, or you have some sort of old digital signage system that needs this input. Now, as you notice, it still has an HDMI input as well. Each one of our wall plates will have both. The next one we show is mini DisplayPort. So if you have a DisplayPort output that you want to come right into here, this box will still convert that DisplayPort signal into an HD-based signal that we can send at 100 meters into a matrix switcher or right into a projector. Now, the one we have connected here is where we'll spend most of our time talking next, is going to be with this device. So as Nick, my cameraman's holding up here, he can show you that we have a MacBook Pro, and we're coming out of a USB-C signal. This is a USB-C cable right here. As you can see, USB-C to USB-C. And this is going to be the type of cable that people are finding on their Samsung phones, their ThinkPad computers, their MacBook Pros. It's becoming the standard. So we want to have a USB-C connection port. So now we have our USB connection port. I have my MacBook Pro. I have now my USB-C to USB-C cable. I just connect it directly to my port right here. And I sit down at the desk. I sit at the presentation center. Maybe it's going to be a part of the conference room desk. Wherever you have this mounted, you can just connect right in here through USB-C. And once we connect, we can now then send this signal through this category cable. And that category cable goes into what we call our classroom conference room switchers. So now we have our signal coming into this wall plate, into our conference room switcher. And as we can see, didn't unplug it here. As we can see, the signal is showing directly the same as our monitor. So we are mirroring our signal. Now, because we are on Facebook Live, let's take a moment to refresh this signal. And if you guys are coming in and you have any questions at all, just place them right into our video feed and I'll be able to find them here. So we're on Facebook. We can find my video right here. And now, if you guys have any questions at all, I'll be able to see them right as they come in and address them as you'd like. So if you have any questions on the wall plates, let me know right now, because we are about to move into the next part of our ConferX system, which is that backbone, the thing that is now connected to this display showing us the signal from our computer. This backbone to every single classroom, conference room is going to allow you to not only switch between multiple outputs, but also add additional sources. So right now we've shown you one source, this computer, and we've shown you that it is connected to this display, but it's actually connected to this display as well. And we have a media player back here showing this football game. So we are actually running two sources into this matrix switcher, this conference room classroom switcher, and we're showing two independent screens on any of the connected displays. So if we look closely at our conference room switch, what we have is we have a HD-Base-T input, two of them here on this model, and those HD-Base-T inputs are going to be connected to wall plates, like we have just seen. We also have four HDMI inputs. So now we're able to connect other types of sources, other digital signage, maybe a university's media player that's going to show menu systems, lots of different things that you could use to go into these HDMI inputs. Then you have two independent outputs. One is an HD-Base-T output and one is an HDMI output. So for the HDMI output, we can just connect that directly to a projector, monitor, or display. For the HD-Base-T outlet, that is going to allow us to connect to a remote projector, display, or monitor. What we can do is we can connect a 100 meters of category cable, just like in between our wall plate and our input. We can connect the 100 meters of category cable in between this port and a receiver that will go right by a TV. So the types of receivers that we have are showing are two different types of receivers that we suggest with our ConferX systems. We have our EX70 SC2R. This is going to be a scaling HD-Base-T receiver that allows you to really massage and manage the signal for easy distribution. And then below it, we have a universal amplifier and receiver. And the difference is this is going to pass on the audio video signal and massage it for you. This is going to do the same. It has a little bit less massaging, but what it does do is it allows you to connect speakers and have local amplified audio without having to have any other types of audio services or products. So you don't need to have a receiver. You don't need to have an amplifier. This one box will be your HD-Base-T receiver and audio amplifier. So now we have kind of the different parts of that ConferX system. We have your connection points where you can connect your sources. We have your switchers that are going to go in between, and we have your receivers. No matter what kind of system you're using, we have a solution for you. Now, at the very beginning, I said that this is expandable, and you're saying, well, you have a 4x2 and a 6x2, which is great, but we actually also have a 16x16 chassis-based system that allows you to select the inputs and outputs that you want. You're able to use that same chassis system with this receiver, putting it into, with these wall plates. You just need to use a our receiver on before it goes into the input. So now you can take this 4-zone or this 2-zone system and expand it all the way to a 16-zone system. These products also work with our matrix switchers. So even though these are not ConferX branded matrix switchers, all of these products you can work in junction with these switchers. So if you need a 4x4, an 8x8, a 16x16, a 4x2, an 8x2, 8x2 that fits in a rack. This is a 4x4, the 8x8 that has HD-Base-T and HDMI. We have those solutions for you, and they all can be a part of this entire ConferX system. So basically what it all boils down to is if you have a small office, a conference room, a classroom, or a huddle space, and you are looking for a solution, something that's going to be easy to use for your customer, they're going to be able to just plug in and automatically see their image on screen, or they need to have some amplified audio for your home office because you like to rock and roll when you're working on that project. There's lots of different solutions that we have. All you have to do to figure out what's going to work for you is to call us. We're always here. We can consult on your product or your project anytime. So our phone number is 605-274-6055. Give us a call. We have people standing by right now that can help you, talk you through how ConferX can work in your next system. And if you don't have time to make the call, you can always send us an email, info@avproedge.com, and ask us for a quote. We can get you a quote on what kind of products you need. You're looking for pricing on a few of these wall plates. Maybe you just have a home office yourself that you want to, clean up the wiring on. Then you're going to buy a wall plate and it's going to make everything look really nice. So thank you guys for tuning in here today for our first demo for InfoComm Connected, the virtual event. We will continue to be going live throughout the rest of the day. We have a bunch of cool things to show you, from our matrix switchers and our HDMI cables and our extenders and our scaler. So please tune in later. Check out the schedule so you can find out exactly what's going on over at avproedge.com. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to us right on the live video, the comment section on Facebook, or by sending us an email. So once again, my name is Tom Devine with AV Pro Edge. I'll see you guys here at 10:30 for our next demo, and thanks for joining.